That's why you do the creeps with kids. Bobby Kelly. He's like Steve Jobs. He's like a visionary.
You're never going to get on it now.
Let's do creeps with kids. I know I've said this a million times, but every time I hear that, I'm like, Bennington's kid is 50.
Joey Jojo doing his cribs, and that drunk woman doing a DUI. Marvelous.
I just like feel like, okay, I'm in a drunk drive, and let's see if I can get a DUI, because I don't think I'm gonna get a DUI. I just don't even think I'm gonna get it, so I'm just gonna periscope. Okay? I don't think I'm gonna get a DUI.
That was a clip from DUI Periscope lady.
Like, what are we doing? You couldn't come up with a better title?
She's not 50. She's like 27 or 28. She's not 50.
She's not. She's no way. She's 27 or 28. She's at least 40.
And she just had a kid, so he's a grandpa too.
I couldn't take it. I've been around Bobby's business acumen for too long, and I'm like, I can't take it. Creeps with kids.
We did a good run with it. We might still do it again. We sold out a lot of venues and stuff. So
I'm not expecting you to take it to shit on it. I'm just saying the name was stupid.
Well, remember he started. You were on the show at the Village Underground when he did it with just comics that had kids. He'd throw on. You talk about your kids. You do a little panel, and that was it. That's basically the show we were doing.
You're not going to be on it now.
I sit in the car with Rich Voss. He gives me right. He shits on everybody. I go, why don't you talk about some on your podcast? It'd be great. He goes, I don't need the headaches. I'm like, you're 70. What are you waiting for?
Here's the thing. When I was, when we were working nonstop, I was coming in 2 o'clock in the morning, waking her up. I snore. It. Now, in the condo, it was a nightmare. I'd be snoring. I go downstairs to the living room, So now we have our own rooms. We have a house with 4 bedrooms.
But when you're home on the same night together, you go to bed in the same room.
No, I'm lucky to even watch TV with her. But yeah, no, we go to our own.
Rich, that is the definition of a loveless marriage.
No, I love her. I love her like
she doesn't love you.
Yeah, no,
she loves you like a roommate.
Listen to me. I can live with. And looking at my age, I've had enough. You know what I mean? What do I need?
I just saw this Voss on the Skanks episode. He looked like someone's grandpa with his hat backwards and his glasses, and his timing was off. I'm like, what are you waiting for, dude?
You think you're socially awkward?
I don't even like to be around myself. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's getting to a point where I'm like, I'm not even comfortable. I was standing by myself the other day outside before I went on at this Comedy Cellar. I was uncomfortable being there by myself. So I'm like, yeah, I am very socially awkward. I can't even get proper lighting on my show. So when people say they're awkward, it's like when people say they're fat and they're not, so people will like them, or, oh, I'm awkward too. All the women watching, I feel awkward sometimes too. If my pussy stinks a little that day, or I'm not so confident with my freshness, sometimes I'm awkward. Sometimes I go into a bar and I feel awkward. Then 20 guys will come up and try to talk to me. And then I'll be like, I guess I'm not. It's awkward. I don't know.
Kevin, is this because you got suspended on Twitter? Is this where this rage is coming from?
Not at all. Not at all.
You got suspended?
Yeah, I got suspended. And then when my suspension was over, my account was locked.
It might be that
I think it's called a double header.
It might be that Triple X guy that fuck with Chad, his fans, or whatever that was.
It's not. I got drunk. What happened was the 2 nights ago, I had early spots and I had to wake up early that day. So anyway, I was coming home and I saw that the Knicks were losing by 13 at halftime. And if they lose this game, they're basically done. So I was going to get some wine anyway, because I'm supposed to drink red wine for my cholesterol. So anyway, so I got drunk, and then the Knicks came back and beat Atlanta, which made me furious. So because I knew Sam Morril was going to be happy, so I took it out on these. So this girl had a OnlyFans. You know, my OnlyFans, it's like, you know, they call themselves sex workers. I call them whores. But anyway, so this one was like, this one said, I said one girl had some pictures, and I said, just on Twitter, like I'm not on OnlyFans, but she said, I said, do you have any pictures where you're not covered with tattoos? Or I said, you have any pictures where you're not covered with these stupid tattoos? And then it was sitting there for like an hour or two or three, I don't know. And then all of a sudden she came at me, and then like a gaggle of whores, like she had all these backup, like more OnlyFans girls, and they were coming at me, and I call them all whores, you know. And then so then I was blocked, and then for 12 hours, and then when it was lifted, my account was still messed up. I go, what's going on? And then it said, oh, your account's locked because I called someone a cunt, but I spelled it K-U-N-T. So I thought that was safe ground, but I guess it's not. So I learned that you can't call women whores, but I still think they got to report you. I still think if you call them a whore and they don't report you,
Still locked out?
no, I'm saying my suspension kept saying 12 hours, and then it kept count down to like whatever, to 7 o'clock the next day, 7 p.m. And then when I went on it, it was, and then now it was locked. First it was suspended, now it's locked. I'm like, why is it locked? Because I called other women whores, so I thought they reported me after the fact, and they were going to put me on more of a lockdown. But it was just locked because I called someone a K-U-N-T. I wasn't mad about that at all. I get disgusted by like people, like comics are. It's like, you know, people get mad at politicians because they pander and they'll say anything. But comics are like, they're disgusting. They'll say anything. Dave Chappelle, our best comic, is like, he'll say anything. He made that speech where he said he couldn't, showbiz, basically like showbiz has been tough with him.
I mean, I read all the reviews, and they said so many terrible things. They were embarrassed for me. I had lost my way. It wasn't even worth watching. I hope all you critics learn from this. This is a teachable moment. Shut the up forever. Two in a night. These aren't them. These are the ones I want for the other ones. Motherfucker.
It's like, when you were 14? Like, ever since I met him, he's been doing great. So I'm like, they'll just say anything because they know their fans will support it, and they know fans are stupid.
I'm sure everyone can't wait to see us four in fucking 4 different boxes.
You'd be surprised.
Wonder what they're looking like, what they look like today.
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
I don't watch any video. I'll listen to audio of anything, any video. I don't care. I don't need to look at the people. Maybe some people do. I don't get it.
I do. I used to be like you, Jim, but then now I'm on YouTube. Now I'm trying to do the YouTube stuff, and YouTube's better than. That's a good thing about YouTube. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I got YouTube Premium. It's phenomenal. $15 a month. You could just, you could listen to the audio. You don't have to shut your phone down or fucking go check a text message or any of that shit.
No, but the good thing about YouTube is that they'll recommend something else. Once you're done, they'll give you something else to watch. iTunes doesn't do that. So it's like if I put something on YouTube, while they're there, they might watch something else of mine.
No, I know how YouTube works. I don't know anyone that's looking forward to looking at us four in 4 square boxes. They're gonna go, I'm just gonna wait till Tuesday. I need to see what they look like.
Oh, so you're talking people, you're Patreon shaming people.
Basically saying that, there's nothing like that. We're fucking 4 mediocre looking middle-aged men. There's no one on this screen over a 6.
war is over. We good?